Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it is time for another book chat. I know, there's been an overabundance of them this year. But that's a good thing, I think. It's been a while, and I like chatting with you guys. So this is one that has been on my to-do list for ages. Like, as long as there has been a list, it has been on it. And I'm finally sitting down to do it. I think part of the reason I put it off was I didn't want to actually make the list of things that I haven't finished yet, because today's topic is book series that I loved and never finished. I don't know if anyone else does this. I have a very bad habit of getting into a series, loving it wholeheartedly, and when it gets down to the last book, I'm like, nope, I'm not reading it. I just put it off for ages. I think a big part of it is that I don't want it to be over. I don't want to let the good times end, so I just pretend that they're not. If I don't know what happens, then I can keep making the story up in my head. It doesn't have to end. I don't want the grief. I don't want the mourning of a good thing coming to an end. It is pathetic. I know. Another part of it is that I always tell myself when it's a series that I've loved so much that I should do the final book justice by rereading the series so that I'm not missing any of the little tidbits, any of those glorious bits of fond left at the bottom of the pan. Just when I get them all. But I'm not gonna read the whole damn series again. It's not gonna happen. I don't have time for that shit. So it just gets put off. Eventually, once I finish the series, then I probably actually would reread the whole thing when I'm craving it. But leading up to, not happening. Not happening. But today I wanted to take a look at some of the fantastic series that I've not finished. And if you've loved them, you can push them on me. Don't let me know if they're gonna break my heart, because I won't read them then. My goal this year, one of my goals this year, is to start reading them. Just start doing it. Like, there are books in this pile that I know I'm gonna love so much. Why am I not reading them? Here's some of the books. Perhaps one of the most shocking to me is that I have not read the third book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series of Gods and Monsters, Dreams of Gods and Monsters. I own it. It was a gift from someone. It's signed, sitting on my sign shelf, looking all tempting. Just, I can't pick it up. I have a feeling, first of all, I'm gonna just get too involved. It has too much of my heart. It requires an emotional investment on my part that I just have not been ready to give. But this is one that I keep telling myself I want to reread, especially because now it's been ages. I love Laini Taylor's writing. I love the world and the characters she created in this. It was actually one of my favorites. Still is one of my favorites. It's up there. Everything about the series is so excellent. That third book is a beast, and I've just been hesitant to tackle it, which is ridiculous, because I'm gonna love the shit out of it. I already know. I just don't know if it's gonna break my heart at all. Along those same lines, what I'm pretty sure is gonna break my heart is the final book of The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. Of Monsters and Men is the book. I own 2 copies of that mother fluffer. I knew that I had an arc of the third book coming to me. I had already been told. Hey, I already knew it was coming. But the UK copy was coming out a couple months earlier, so I ordered a finished copy from the UK. Then got my arc from the US. Didn't read them. I just couldn't do it. I met Patrick Ness. He had a book coming out. I met him at LA. And I got some things signed, and I told him that I had had both of the editions of Monsters and Men on my shelves and just hadn't been able to bring myself to read them. And he looked at me like I was crazy and said, why not? And I was like, look dude, I barely made it past Manchi and I know you're gonna rip my heart out. And he just paused for a minute, and then he gave me a really concerned look and said, yeah, if you barely made it past Manchi. So that was all the confirmation I needed. My heart's not ready for it. But again, I love this world and these characters so much that I have 2 of the damn thing. It's so pretty. I just look at it every now and then and think, I would like to fall into you. I know you have a good world. I know you have a good story for me. Just can't do it. So those are the kind of big 2 that immediately come to mind of like, why? Why brain? Why'd you do this to me? But there are plenty more. I haven't finished the Grisha series, even though I do have them. Again, I've met Lee. I've been gifted these books. They've been sent to me in like amazing blogger packages, and I have wanted to read them, and for whatever reason just couldn't bring myself to do so. But even more importantly is Crooked Kingdom. This is set in the same world, but it is the sequel to Six of Crows, which is its own storyline. I adored Six of Crows. I'm gonna love this. I bought this as soon as the box set came out because, oh, so pretty, so pretty. But I already know it's gonna rip my heart out. I saw the reactions. I have avoided spoilers. Like, as soon as I see the book mentioned, I'm like, nope, click out of that. But that hasn't stopped me from seeing the crying gifs. Just the absolute gutted reactions, and I don't want to know why. And also, once I read it, it's over. I know I can reread things. I know that The Language of Thorns came out and that it's story set in this world, so the world's not over. I also know that I have like a million books to read because I've only read this, and I've only read Six of Crows, which means that's another 3 full books of the world to read, plus the short story anthology. Does any of that matter? No. In October, I put it in my 30-day book binge pile. I was feeling like I could handle it, you know. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. And then I saw one more person like crying about something that happened, and I was like, I'll put it back. I'll put it back on the shelf. I can't even look at it. Maybe 2018 should be the year of putting on my big girl pants, reading a damn book. It's so pathetic. But also, endlessly, I loved the Paranormalcy series by Kirsten White. I loved it. It was so fun. It was so engaging. Supernaturally dipped a little bit, but not enough that I didn't immediately buy this one. And yet, there it sits on my shelves unread and unlooked at. I don't know why I won't read this one. It would probably be the quickest read ever. And she has a really fun style in this series, and it's probably a great funk breaker. And in fact, I frequently recommend Paranormalcy as a funk breaker to people when they just need to get out of a reading rut. I've had plenty of reading ruts over the last year, and more, however long it's been since this came out. 2012. There is literally no reason for me to not read this, other than that it's the end of a series. I want to do a video on reader quirks. This is definitely one of mine. Also, The Winter's Crime. I really liked The Winter's Curse quite a bit, and this was sent to me by the lovely folks at Macmillan with some cool art, and it was all hyped, and I was part of the blog tour, I think, but it wasn't a review tour, and yet, there it sits on my shelves. Again, I'm not sure why with the series, because it's not like I'm so emotionally invested that I'm afraid it's going to hurt me. It just fell victim to the series curse. I don't get it. The final books in the Lunar Chronicles series, which I adore. I haven't read Winter, I haven't read Fairest. I don't own either of them, even though every time I think about buying books, those are the books that I think about buying. But then I don't buy them because I'm like, well, if I buy them, I should really read them, and I know myself, I'm probably not going to read it because it's the end of a series, I don't want it to end, so it's just going to sit there on my shelves. I'm kind of a little bit amazed at this myself because when Cress ended, I wanted Winter ASAP. I wanted it in my greedy little hands, I wanted that story in my greedy little brain immediately. But by the time it actually came out, it was enough time for the series curse to set in. I still really do want to read it. I also kind of know that if I had it in my possession, I wouldn't. Like, I don't know, because sometimes I think, like, I want to read it right now. If I had it right now, I would read it right now. But would I? Your guess is literally as good as mine, because I don't know. Another series that I think would probably just be great when I need a funk breaker, and it's not gonna require a huge emotional investment on my part, is the remainder of the Whitecapped series. So this is Red Glove. Black Heart is over there on my sign shelf. I do own the whole damn series, and have for a whole long time. Liked it a lot, wanted to keep going a lot, didn't. Endgame. This is the sequel to I Hunt Killers by Barry Liga, or Liga. Someone tell me how to pronounce that because I don't know. Again, I Hunt Killers was fantastic. I have recommended it to many people. I have physically put it into people's hands. So good. I was so excited when I saw a sequel was coming out. ... I also loved The Diviners by Luba Bray and haven't picked up the second book to that. And I think there might be a third book coming out now, so I'm fucked. I have many books on the Mercy Thompson series on my shelves, and Yep. That one's so easy. It's such a no-brainer. I don't know why I haven't read it. I have all of the Anna and the French Kiss series. Loved Anna and the French Kiss. Have been told I'll like the subsequent books even more. Hasn't happened. Just this list could be endless. It just goes on and on. It's to say nothing of series that I've started and thought, I don't care one way or the other if I keep going with it, or massive series where like maybe I'll get to them eventually. Just series that I actively really like. His Fair Assassin, just thought of that. I just bought the 3rd book to that. When am I going to read it? Who knows? Why did I buy it? Who knows? As I said, I have a goal of working my way through some of these this year, just letting it rip my heart out. Maybe, if enough of them rip my heart out, by the end of the year I won't care anymore. I'll be able to finish series, and I won't care that this world is being torn apart by people. You know who. But for now, these sit on my shame shelf, saying, why? Why haven't you read me? Why haven't you enjoyed me? Shame. Let me know in the comments if any of you do this, or if any of you have just weird, random-ass reader quirks like this, just blocks in your brain that for whatever reason take potential enjoyment away from you. I would love so many of these. I would like to know. I would like to know that I'm not alone in this, but not alone, I'm surrounded by them. But that is all for this book chat. I'm sure I'll be adding more to this list of series that I just can't seem to complete. But for now, it's a tidy enough stack as it is. Looking forward to chatting with you in the comments, and I've got all kinds of other things in the works, including more book chats, but if you have topics that you would like to see, let me know, and I will add them to the very long list. But that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy reading!